Do you think a person should have income first before establishing credit, or income after establishing credit?
Bro, I think you really can utilize your credit to create income for you. But it goes back to being responsible about, if you know that you don't have anything really coming in, then
when it comes to, let's say, because this is good, because like I said, a lot of people don't know how to manage their money in that type of way. And that's super important to break down the statement date, due date. Would you suggest the Zelle play when they are an S Corp, or would you still suggest that even if they have an LLC?
I'm going to answer it two ways, and I'll tell you why. Let me say this first, because I didn't want to not say it. You guys need to be careful when it comes to opening these different bank accounts.
I want to break down something real quick. I know you talked about start, grow, and scale, right? And a lot of people kind of get those things mixed up on what exactly start, grow, and scale mean, because they think grow and scale are the same things,
right,
and they're not. So can you break down the differences between those three levels?
Essentially, I think everyone understands what starting a business is. Actually, a lot of people don't understand it, but there's a general understanding of what that means. Mm-hmm. But when I think about really growing a business, I'm thinking about getting you to a consistent place of you're maybe doing
What's going on, family? Welcome to another episode of the Digital Empire Podcast, where we talk about everything digital investments and entrepreneurship. And like every other episode, we have an amazing guest. A man's about to really kill the game in his industry. And y'all know I really don't like introducing people, because I feel like I always feel like they just know something that I don't. And so if I introduce them, they'll probably be able to give more game just from introducing themselves than I could. So can you give them an introduction of you, like what you do, how you serve people, all those great things?
Yeah, absolutely. First of all, I appreciate you for having me on the show. I go by the name of CEO Josh Earl. I am the number one choice for entrepreneurs that want to start, grow, and scale a business by getting access to high limit business credit and funding that is backed by scientific data. All right. And so what we do is we help clients be able to grow, scale their businesses. And we do it using methods that I've learned over the years just with my background in retail management. So
Got you. So I want to break down something real quick. My people love to know who the person is outside of the business, right? So tell me what was OG Josh like? What was he doing before he was doing this business?
So it depends on how far back we go. But, I'll say as a brief overview, essentially, before I really got into full-time entrepreneurship, I was, like I said earlier, I was really running corporations, and I was running different stores within companies like Walmart, and really just scaling those businesses. So
oh, wow.
When I'm thinking about scaling, so there was a store I went into. It was actually the last store that I was at, and the store was at $80 million a year. But I was unfortunate in some regards, because I left another store where I helped the sales grow, and we killed shrink, which is essentially the loss of money, theft and things like that.
Okay.
And I was supposed to get a bonus from that store. Mm-hmm. But that particular location, I had to get sent from there to another location. And the other location that I went to was at about $80 million a year.
I just want to let y'all know, if I could show you how to leave generational wealth, would you pay me $10,000? If I could literally show you how to leave family legacy, would you pay me $10,000 for me to be able to show you that? Because this will allow your family to not be a statistic and to never have to worry about being broke ever again. Would you allow me to teach you that information? Well, look, you definitely don't have to pay me $10,000, and I definitely got the same information for the price of $47 a month. It's called the Fam Code Community. If you want to actually learn how to build generational wealth and not have to spend tens, thousands of dollars to get that information, you can go to the link in my description right now and click the link for $47 a month. And I'll even do better than that. You could get it for free for 14 days. I'll give you a free trial. If you aren't happy with it, you don't have to pay for 14 days. All right. And you can cancel whenever time. So what I want you to do is go ahead, click the link in the description, get your free 14-day trial to join the Fam Code community. You'll learn all the codes and strategies that the Rockefellers used, that we've actually used, that's worked. And we're going to teach you how to actually build generational wealth and leave a legacy for your family. So click the link in the description. Back to the podcast. So you're implementing the same strategies that you did then into your business now.
Absolutely. And part of that too is, companies like Walmart, this company does billions of dollars, every few minutes or something. You know what I mean? And so, as a
every few minutes
as a company. Yeah. It's a global company too. So
golly.
Yeah. They get into the bread, and which was a little bit disappointing when you think about what the payment towards the workers are per store.
Right. It is kind of sad.
It is. It really is. And But, you know, one thing that I've learned from one of my mentors that are from afar, which is Jim Rohn, is that you get paid in direct proportion to the problem that you're solving.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying?
The
And
value
so
you give to the marketplace. 100%.
absolutely. And so if you're upset with what a company is paying you, it's not that that's all that company pays. That's just what the company is paying you because of what they see the value that you bring to the company.
Got you. So it's very similar to like federal government, and then like you having individual states.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Okay. Got you. So like if we had to guess, I don't know if I've ever researched this, but you've been in this space. You may know. What do you think the corporate entity is of Walmart? I feel like that's a great way. You do that, people will then view these businesses a bit differently.
Yeah.
Because they'll be able to be like, oh, I can move like they're moving, or they, they can start. There's this YouTuber, and he comes out with great content. He talks about like the different families. He talked about how McDonald's became McDonald's, how Rockefellers became Rockefellers. I'll show you off camera, but like there's this like he talks about it in so much detail on how Rockefeller became like he was born poor.
The reason why I think that's so brilliant is because like when it comes to structuring, I don't know how they structure, but I know one of the things that Walmart does is, like I said, they have a network of stores and they allow it to be run by the individual, right? The leadership in that store. And then one of the things that they do too is that I know that they have a wealth plate that they use where they put life insurance on all of their employees.
Yeah.
Everyone has a life insurance policy.
Wait.
They would have to do a boycott, or it would have to be all the employees.
Yeah.
Yo, that's a wrap.
Yeah, no, they would lose money
happening
at that point.
But
they're
here's
never
the
going
thing.
to do that.
Yo, there's so much propaganda. I'm telling you, like Walmart literally has like teams dedicated to prevent any kind of like boycotting, any type of unionizing. Yo, there's so much propaganda. Like they spend, it has to be, I would say with a B, they spend billions of dollars a year to eradicate any type of like notion or ideology inside of a person's head to think that, yo, let's get together and let's create a rising up.
And so let's say, because a lot of people in my audience are like, man, I'm in 9 to 5 right now.
Yeah.
I want to be able to get to the point where I can work full time as an entrepreneur and build that leadership skill. Like if you could give like a step by step, what would be your way of transitioning someone from like a 9 to 5 to becoming a full-time entrepreneur?
So I would say that step one is become a full-time entrepreneur before you leave your 9 to 5. And you know, the problem with people is that they think when they leave their business and become their job and become a business owner, at that moment they need to be a business owner.
Give me an example. Like, what are some like Walmart things that people can use within their business today?
So one of the things is it's called like a store within a store, right? And so essentially, if you think about Walmart is a really big store, supercenters, right?
Right.
One of the things with the store within a store method is that when you are able to have your business set up so that you may have like a lot of people want to have multiple income streams, right? But with the store within a store method, what you're doing is, me as a business funding strategist, the store within my store is being able to offer business credit repair.
I'm sorry to interrupt you while you're watching this amazing podcast, but I just want to ask you a question. All right, let me ask you this. If I could show you how to build a trust, build life insurance policies, build a family business, all within 90 days, would you want to learn? 90 days or less. If you could learn how to protect your assets, pass it on to your children, or pass it on to whoever you want to pass it to, would you want to learn? Great, I thought so. So what I did is I actually ended up dropping a free training down below. You can actually learn absolutely free. Watch the free training. This will teach you everything about how we created a trust, a family trust, an international trust, all these types of trusts that exist. If you want to learn that information, if you want to learn how to establish family bank, if you want to learn how to properly establish an LLC, all of that is actually in the description below, and it's absolutely free. Okay, so I want you to go ahead, hit that actual button below, learn that, get that, and I will see you in the free training. Peace. Back to the episode. Do you think a person should have income first before establishing credit, or income after establishing credit?
Bro, I think you need to get credit regardless of what kind of income you have coming in. And the reason why I say that is because you really can utilize your credit to create income for you. But it goes back to being responsible about, if you know that you don't have anything really coming in, then I wouldn't recommend you use any credit. Honestly, what I would do is I would recommend you build up like vendor accounts.
Okay.
Right. Because instead of you having a subscription, what you do is you dictate when you buy something and you dictate, because like if I have money coming in the next 14 days, 30 days, then if I use like a vendor account, then I'm able to control that payment instead of it being the same payment every single month.
Now, we saying vendors as in net 30s,
Correct.
net 60s, net 90s?
Yep.
Okay, got it.
And some of them are net 7s too. Like, and the only reason why I mention that is because like companies like A to B, for example.
Yeah.
Like a lot of the gas cards, you only have a week to pay them joints off. And there's people who don't know that. And I've had people
That's
that
something they got to pay attention to for sure.
Absolutely, bro,
You gotta
because
pay attention to those.
they get them in a bad position.
It's terrible. I'm telling you from personal experience.
Yeah, me too.
Terrible position.
Me too.
For sure. So let's say a real life example. Someone has $2,000 in credit, right? Credit card, right? They're working a 9 to 5.
Okay.
They want to be able to, get that $300,000. Of course, let's say they don't know that it's going to be $300,000, but they want more.
Right. Gotcha.
Right. Like, what would you suggest, like, steps in them being able to, let's say, acquire $10,000 of funding, something a bit more reasonable, right? And of course, if they can get 10, then they can duplicate it from there. But like, what would you say the first steps for them to do? Yo, I'm not gonna lie to you. I don't mean to stop the podcast that you're listening to right now, but I have to tell you the great news, okay? We as a family have decided to write something that will last longer than us, okay? And we wrote a book that literally teaches you step by step from how we have family bonding time, how we actually was able to grow as a family when we actually didn't really care for each other for a certain amount of time, and how we're able now to have a multi-six-figure business. And what we did, and it's not just a six-figure business, it's a multi-family six-figure business, and how we did it step by step. And it's actually very special to us because this book is going to allow us to be able to teach our children. And so what we're doing is we're not really writing it for y'all, we're writing it for our next generation and on. So they could actually have their own textbooks created by us. They could have their own books created by us. They're able to have everything they need within our actual family business and our actual family education, okay? So I want y'all to know, and we don't usually do this, but I want to give you the book, okay? I want to give you the book. If you click the link in the description, you can get the Family Business Bible today or the Black Rockefeller's book today. You can actually get this, and I'm going to give it to you, and I want you to be able to just check it out. See how we were able to do it. It is absolutely crazy how we actually have created a generational book that we like to call this generational activities. Like, you should be having generational activities every single day. And what we did as a family is we created one of that generational activities, creating this book, and we want to give it to you. See how this could actually impact your life and your family's life. So I want you to go ahead, click the link in the description and get the Family Business Bible, and we will see you next time. Actually, just watch the podcast.
Yeah. So what I would say is that there's ways in which they can take that money and still get build their credit up. And one of the things that they can do is they can go to their local bank, and they can, like, for example, if you're with Navy Federal, you could do a pledge loan, and you're able to build up an additional trade line, a primary trade line, by doing that. And what it does is it shows that you have a primary trade line, and it shows that you're able to properly manage that new credit that you have.
Would you suggest the Zelle play when they are an S Corp, or would you still suggest that even if they have an LLC?
I'm going to answer it two ways, and I'll tell you why. Let me say this first because I didn't want to not say it. But you guys need to be careful when it comes to opening these different bank accounts. I just needed to say this disclaimer.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Because there's something called check systems. And if you open too many bank accounts up, they're going to flag you. And I just needed to add that because I know people they'll just run a play.
And they don't even know what check systems is.
And they don't even know what check system is. But and I can go into that, but I definitely want to tap into your other question. I think it was a great question.
How they can get into what you got going on. So I want you to go ahead and explain how people can get in touch with you so that they can invest into what you got going on so they can get in that community.
Yeah, absolutely. So just set the consultation up. I'm on Instagram at CEO Josh Earl, trying to funnel people to that one because that's the one I want to grow. I'm also on TikTok, Facebook as well, and I have more followers in those areas. But I want people to go to my Instagram because I really want to blow my Instagram account up. And just shoot me a DM or click the link in my bio, and we're able to get some stuff set up to look at what you have and create a customized roadmap to get you to where you want to go. So you can also DM me the word call, and I'll send you the link as well. So
look, man, y'all heard it here first. Y'all know every person that's on here, I know personally. So think of this as a personal referral. All right.
I appreciate it.
You got to make sure to tap in with my man. As you know, he knows a lot of information. He know more than me, and I know a lot of stuff. Okay. There was a lot of things that I did know. There was a lot of things that I didn't know. So y'all got to make sure to tap in. Either make sure you DM him, call, or the link will be in the description below. Yeah. So tap in.